your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 16 nationally and the highest rated talk show hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33 and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
You may stick to your condition that you are an individual, but you are not. You may have a different body, different name, different color. You may have long hair, short hair, you may speak German or the rest Russian, but you are standing on the same ground as the rest of humanity.
Man, we got to run that back, man. It's just too many jewels. Krishnamurti. Y'all know how I do. I'm sorry if you haven't gotten on your Krishnamurti journey yet. I know I've been talking about him for years now. Some people know. Some people are like, yo, you hip to Krishnamurti? Yeah. As a matter of fact, what was it, a couple months ago? I went up to his retreat in Ojai, California. Right? His home in Ojai is now a bed and breakfast. And it's always booked out. So you know I didn't get a bed and have breakfast. I just pulled up. It's in Ojai. No, the people that run his foundation, KFI, Krishnamurti, the Krishnamurti Foundation of America. Man, I went up there, man. They got all of his personal effects. His house is still the same. He died in 86. Man, I walked the trails. People in there meditating. All of his books, his study, his library, all of it is still intact. I went there, man, and sat for a moment. It was like in awe, like that was Krishna Ji's favorite chair that you are sitting in. Oh, really? Oh, let me cross my legs and act deep. It was an amazing trip for me. I loved it. I've been meaning to go there for many years. But back to the clip, because the clip is setting up the topic. Because, listen, man, before we play the clip again, people done got out of control with relationships. Everybody gets to talk about it. And you can't discount, other people's opinions or perspectives and their viewpoint. So it's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. You get to say that. That's your reality. Fine. I don't mind. But what happens is we don't elevate the discussion. We don't create certain lanes. You know what I mean? Like if you get too spiritual, now you're woo-woo, right? If you get too religious, now you're dogmatic, right? You get too philosophical, you're so high, you're no earthly good. But what I'm saying is, like, all of this matters. But I think one of the most misunderstood aspects of relationship is the part about being with another human being. I wholeheartedly believe people don't know how to be with other people. It's not a far leap. If Carl Jung is saying people do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid looking into their own souls, so people don't know how to be with themselves, so of course people don't know how to be with other people. People don't know how to accept their whole being as a human being. So how in the hell can they accept another fragmented human being? So now the fragments are being held to a standard, right, that is almost borderline perfectionism. Don't hurt me. Don't be human. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? I was having a deep conversation with a psychologist in the cigar lounge, and we were talking about the evolutionary purpose for lying. And people are so, don't lie to me, and it's all really coming from childhood. They don't even understand what it is. I was like, if you look at a kid is lying to protect themselves. But 99% of the people, the adults walking around, still are carrying around an inner wounded child. So we have no grace for that adult who lies, and we understand that the child is lying potentially to protect themselves, right? It's a survival tactic. That's what lying actually is. So tonight's topic, man, is amazing. How to date humans. A deeper exploration of the intricate dynamics within the human condition, particularly in the context of intimate relationships. And we're going to be pulling from the humanities studies to break this down. How to date humans. A philosophical suicide note to the romantic lie. Ooh, are y'all ready? Let Krishnamurti rock one more time.
You may stick to your condition that you are an individual, but you are not. You may have a different body, different name, different color. You may have long hair, short hair, you may speak German or the rest, Russian, but you are standing on the same ground as the rest of humanity.
Man, the power in what he's saying. Authenticity, the truth of who you are. So you know what, physicists have like a funky little way of, saying God, right? And, like a lot of physicists, not all, some but all, but many physicists are atheists. So they have a term that talks about like, okay, this is it. And that this is it would translate as, oh, that's God they're talking about. I heard a physicist say, the fundamental ground of reality. The ground of reality. The fundamental ground of reality. Heavy way to say it, right? We have to learn how to be in relationship with the fundamental ground of ourselves, the fundamental truth of ourselves. Otherwise, we listen, embrace it, hold on to it as part of the human conditioning. Otherwise, we are glorified manipulators, magicians, liars, right? Relational thespians, right? The fundamental ground, meaning it gets no lower. That's, they say, the fundamental ground of reality. We can go into the electron, we can go into the atom, the electron, the quarks and mesons, and we could do all that. You know, we can go into string theory. We can go even further. But then there's this fundamental ground of reality. And they say it's conscious. It's aware. That would be God. We must begin with heresy. You have never truly dated a human being. You've dated trauma cosplaying as chemistry. You've dated ancestral grief in drag. You've dated marketing archetypes, unresolved father figures, projection screens, and new age narcissists wrapped in divine rhetoric. But a human? No, you've never done that. You wouldn't recognize one if they collapsed into your arms. Raw, fractured, unfinished. You'd call it too much. You're doing too much. This is extra. You way extra'd out right now. If a real human being fell into your arms, you think you too much to yourself. Your shadow be trying to fall into your arms all the time. You reject it. Modern dating is a theatrical reenactment of unprocessed pain, staged on the platform of a collapsing romantic industrial complex. And like any collapsing empire, it defends its illusions with greater violence. But intimacy is not found in illusion. It's found in the brutal tenderness of becoming undone in another's presence without demanding they rescue you from yourself. Tonight's topic is not a guide. This is a funeral oration. I am delivering a eulogy, a metaphysical eulogy, for every myth you've ever held about what it means to be loved and to be loved. Trauma is not chemistry. It's familiarity, performing magic tricks, intimate magic tricks. You were not falling in love. You were slipping into a nervous system deja vu. The flutter you felt? Cortisol, dressed up as Cupid. The depth of your connection? Emotional addiction, misbranded as destiny. Lies. Ross Rosenberg calls it self-love deficit disorder, SLDD, that binds the codependent to the narcissist in a dance of mutual self-abandonment. That's Rosenberg. 2018. What are you talking about, Zoe? Yeah. Not everybody's a narcissist. Not everybody's codependent. But most people have narcissistic tendencies. Most people, and I would guess, most people have insecure attachment styles as well. And when you have an insecure attachment style, I'm sorry, you low-key manipulate, right? To get what you want, to get what you have always desired in relationships. Where did the desire come from? Where was it born from? If it's born from an insecure attachment style, if it's born from a broken family, oh, we had everything. That doesn't mean you weren't broken. Nietzsche warned us. We love our desire, not the object of our desire. So what if that instant connection was your inner child recognizing their captor and calling it a soulmate? Boy, 1-800-920-1580. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Healing is not hot. It's humbling. And often, it's holy science. Your relationship is not a redemption arc. You are not their healer, nor are they your transformation trophy. 1-800-920-1580. Emotional sobriety, as articulated by Thomas Campbell's My Big Toe and echoed in Dr. David R. Hawking's Power versus Force, requires the relinquishment of drama as a metric for love. Listen, so many people out here faking peace. So many people out here performing nurturing, performing care, performing like they're present. The performance of presence, Lord have mercy. They know they don't want to be there. They know they're not happy. They know they're not satisfied. They know they don't approve of the situation, but this is the best they can do at the moment currently. A bird in the hand beats two in the bush. The sacred is not found in chaos. It's found in presence without performance. The obsession with healing others is often a covert refusal to heal oneself. In the words of Babette Rothschild in 2000, the body remembers, that's the name of the book, and it remembers when you're using another's suffering to avoid your own. Dating is not courtship. It's often colonialism with condoms. When I come forward, the voice of reason will continue to set this thing ablaze.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time. Whenever news breaks, while we're on the air, it's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580. And we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The humanities are the study of what matters to us, how we express ourselves, and how things change over time. In the humanities, we put out the ideas that become part of the common discourse of a society.
It's really exciting because it's so relevant for some of the biggest questions we have today, such as how is climate change going to affect vulnerable communities all over the world?
Political upsets or issues around identity, things like this are ultimately human problems with human histories and will take human imagination to figure out how to deal with.
We live in such extraordinary times of accelerating change, of interdependence, of racing technology, of estrangement from ourselves and each other, and the study of fields that tell us who we are and where we've been and what we've cared about and why. Those questions have a greater importance.
To have a dedicated space, bringing leading thinkers from all sorts of different subjects, providing a forum to have workshops, conferences, and the sense of community are really invaluable. We're doing tons of digital humanities work. We're making connections with people in medicine, in the hard sciences, coupled with the spirit of inquiry that characterizes the humanities itself, makes it an incredibly open and exciting time.
We need to pose the right questions and find the best answers. The Stanford...
Listen, we're talking about the humanities. within intimate relationships. The humanities are academic disciplines that explore human culture, experience, and values through the study of subjects like history, literature, philosophy, languages, and the arts. Every relationship has those things. Every relationship has a history. Every relationship, you could write a book about it. Literature, the literature that's written on your soul, the memories, it has a story. Philosophy, what we think of ourselves, who we are, our sense of self, psychology. Yes, it's all intertwined in intimate relationship. Art, how we express ourselves to each other. It's an art form, even if it's toxic. Do you understand? Right? Man, the religion, what are we dogmatic about in relationships? What are we black or white on? That's a type of religiosity towards a particular idea or concept of how you think things should be. Do you understand? And then the archaeology. I would say transgenerational curses or curriculum for relational archaeology, right? Who do you descend from? And what amount of baggage are you bringing to the table that has not been reconciled? Because many people don't even know what they mean when they say, this is what I bring to the table. Are you bringing this to the table, and is it healed? Is it reconciled? Have you picked up the baton, right, of healing this work? Or are you doing what generations past have done? Tonight's topic is about humanity, right? Do you know how to be with a human? If I get into the cultural piece, that's where all of your ideas about relationship come from. The society in which you live. Oh my goodness. Are y'all ready for tonight? I don't know if you are, but I would like for you to be ready for tonight. Are you ready? Do you want this work? Dating is not courtship. It's often colonialism with condoms. Your desire to own, define, or secure another is a byproduct of capitalist soul conditioning. We were warned that hell is other people, especially when we try to make them ours. In many ways, monogamy has become emotional imperialism. The urge to dominate the terrain of another's freedom in exchange for the illusion of safety. True intimacy, as Krishnamurti stated, is only possible in the absence of control. Huh? You don't want love. You want recognition for your abandoned selves. When we come forward, the phone lines will be open.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says he's open to NASCAR returning to the city, but not on July 4th weekend.
If, in fact, NASCAR returns, what is the optimal time in which the 2 days or 3 days should occur?
He says all options are on the table for talks with NASCAR. Essence Fest says it's to blame for Lauryn Hill's late set, not her. She hit the stage after 2:30 a.m. Saturday instead of Friday night. The fest told fans to, quote, put some respect on her name, end quote. Glorilla, the Isley Brothers, and Maxwell also faced delays. And President Trump is once again threatening a federal takeover of Washington, D.C., saying it will reduce crime and keep the city running smoothly. Speaking during a cabinet meeting, he added his team has a good relationship with Black Mayor Muriel Bowser, but said, quote, we're testing to see if it works, end quote. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Do you need to level that concrete porch or patio? Contact Groundworks, the concrete lifting experts. Riverside, get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready? Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
What if morality is just a fiction used by the herd of inferior human beings to hold back the few superior men? In this Sprouts special with Stephen Hicks, we examine Nietzsche's explanation for how ethics develop and the consequences for master types living in a world that's dominated by the morality of a slave. Part 3. Master-slave morality and the origin of the bad conscience. Nietzsche argued that there are two explanations for how morality develops. Part of the story is biopsychological, in terms of what morality resonates with what psychological type of person one is. The other part of the story is cultural, because different moral codes develop under different survival circumstances. And so Nietzsche searches history for the survival circumstances that necessitated the development of slave morality. In the West, Nietzsche finds the slave morality's roots in the Judeo-Christian tradition, in a decisive set of events that occurred early in Jewish history, the enslavement of the Jews in Egypt. The significant result of the Jews being enslaved for a long time was the development and internalization of a moral code suitable for surviving slavery. Suppose that you are a slave. How do you survive? And if you have children who are born into slavery, what survival strategies will you teach them? In order to survive, a slave must obey the master. This does not come naturally. So, the first lesson is, you must stifle your nature. Suppose the master strikes you. The desire for revenge comes naturally, but you have to stifle it. Suppose the master tells you to wait. Being inactive does not come naturally, but...
What in the evil late-night cartoons are we watching? I know it's Nietzsche, but goodness, the music, it sounded like some Christmas music. I don't know. You can't talk about... Lord have mercy. But I understand what's being said here. When you're in a transactional society, right? Yeah, it might not be chattel slavery, but a lot of women felt oppressed by men because men held the purse strings, right? Where do our ideas and concepts of love, of attachment, where does all of this stuff come from? And why is it that it's on autopilot? Why do we never challenge, right? Where did I get this idea from? Who told me this about me, right? Well, why don't we study, right, our origins, our parents' origins, not just their religious beliefs, but maybe their mental challenges, right? How did that transfer down to me, right? We don't have families for the most part. I'm not saying absolutely. I'm saying some banal. There are some parents and family structures, internal family structures, IFS, that allow for that. But then there are others that's foreign. We don't talk. So we know who our grandmother is, and we know who our grandmother's father was, but we don't know who they were and how that was transferred down to us. You don't want love. You want recognition for your abandoned selves. Modern dating isn't about connection, it's about confirmation. In other words, you are dating the parts of you that you refuse, that you refuse to mother, to nurture. Let me say it again. You are dating the parts of you you refuse to mother. You are outsourcing self-confrontation. You are begging another to validate the pain you've left untouched for decades. This is not love. This is spiritual manipulation and prostitution in the temple of trauma. Many people don't want to listen to me talk like this. because I'm calling you out on what you've done to yourself. Right? Yes, you're a co-creator of the misery you say you hate. Right? Perpetual victims who never contributed to the current misery that you are feeling. AI algorithms and the death of the sacred. Dating apps are not digital cupids. They are dopamine vending machines for the emotionally dysregulated. Huh? We no longer seek love. We seek the image of being lovable. Neuroscience confirms that chronic swiping erodes the reward circuitry. Frost and Chance, 2020, making genuine connection feel boring. But love is not stimulation. It is the stillness in the presence of the other. Y'all don't even know this kind of talk no more. What the hell did he say? The stillness in the presence of the other. Who is the other? Tell the other to come in and introduce them. No, that's not. It's a higher level of consciousness. You live in a transactional, materialistic society that is designed based on give and take. If you give, you got to get something back. Oh, God. Transactional reciprocity. And stillness terrifies you because it reminds you of the Father who never spoke, who never revealed the truth of what he concealed about himself to you, his mirror. Attachment styles are not identities. They're not your zodiac signs. They are the cages you've grown comfortable living in. You've turned your cage into a condo because it has a daybed. And then you want somebody to capitulate to the demands of an infantile wound. I think not. You're not anxious or avoidant. You're addicted to narrating your wounding in ways that grant you permission to never change. The spiritual pathology of modern dating is that it teaches us to become fluent in our dysfunctions, but illiterate in our divinity. Sri Yukteswar. Yes, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sri Yukteswar taught, this is Paramahansa Yogananda's guru, he taught that man's path to liberation begins with understanding his astral blueprint, not by weaponizing it. Attachment, when clung to as identity, becomes a personality cult masquerading as self-awareness. Oh, well, I know I'm individuated. Yes, I'm about 70, 85% fully individuated. I know you lying. Oh, yes, me as me. Yes, I'm individuated. We have to start looking at the humanities as a holy technology. It is the repository of information that has been gathered over centuries about the human condition. Who came up with the concept of love? Was it the Greeks? Those thieves? Thieves are not originators of anything. They are the masters of recontextualization, the masters of historical gaslighting. You know. Let's just be honest. The humanities as holy technology, reclaiming the human in dating. Ooh. History reminds us you are not dating your partner's. Wait, listen to this. History reminds us you are dating your partner's unresolved, unhealed ancestors. Hey, man. Andy. Anybody ever come to you again with that, hey, what you bring to the table? I'm going to say, who are you bringing to the table? You asking what I bring to the table. Damn it, who are you bringing to the table? You bringing something with you. I can see it in the circles or in your eyes, the dark circles. Come on, you bringing something. What you carrying with you? What's on your back? What's on your spirit? God, listen, man, history reminds us you are dating your partner's unresolved, unhealed ancestors. Philosophy teaches contradiction is not hypocrisy. It's evidence of evolution. Art invites you to stop demanding clarity from a metaphor. Ooh. Law says love without boundaries is a form of spiritual trespassing. Music teaches intimacy is not harmony, it's dissonance made sacred through attunement. Religion shows the beloved was never external, it was the God in drag hiding in your nervous system. Do you see? Final collapse, the divine principle of unbecoming. So here's your new theology. You are not dating to be loved. You are dating to witness. Ooh, witness what, Zoe? Witness self. Relationship is the university of self-knowledge. Right? You are dating to witness, to excavate. To die into yourself in the presence of another, to burn your soulmate list, burn the twin flame myth, burn the checklist, the archetype, the aesthetic, burn the algorithm that told you who to swipe right on. You are not a brand. You are not a wound. You are not a blueprint for perfection. You are a living library of stardust, shadows, and sacred contradictions. So the next time you say, I want love, ask yourself, are you ready to die into presence? Or are you still seducing someone into healing what you refuse to hold yourself to do? When I come forward, I promise I'm going to go to the phone lines.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California. Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death.
The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's what I am. Make no mistake about it. 'Cause the little things certainly mean so much to me. Maybe I should tell you that I have my faults, and they're all no guarantees. Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much too fast. I'm only human. Babe, I'll be so very careful not to.
You probably have your own idea of what makes a family, but here's how sociologists define it. Families are groups of people who are related by genetics, marriage, or choice, and who share material, emotional, and economic resources. So the family isn't a formal organization like a government or a church. Instead, it's a social institution. That's because the members of a family are held together by the commonly shared goal of the well-being and mutual support of its members, and they organize people and power based on positions of social status within the family, like mother or daughter. Family often goes hand in hand with kinship, a social bond based on common ancestry, marriage, or adoption. These are the relationships that are most commonly thought of as family. Parents and kids, spouses, siblings, aunts and uncles. And some of these relationships you're born into, the biological children of parents, for example. But other family relationships are created through legal bonds, like marriage or adoption. And it's also important to recognize that for many people, family is a matter of choice. Marriage is the most prominent example of this. Choosing to get married is two people coming together to say to each other and the world that they choose to be a family. Another family by choice is when close friends are also considered family, a practice called fictive kin. These family friends are incorporated into the larger family, interacting daily, living together, having their kids grow up together, calling the friend Uncle Joey. Wait, that's just the plot of Full House. But fictive kin isn't a fictional concept. These found families consist of people who have chosen to care for each other, share resources, and share their lives together. This can make a family bond as strong as any based in ancestry or law. Now, no matter what type it is, the family that you grow up in is known as your family of orientation because it orients you to the world and teaches you how families work. And the family that you create on your own as an adult is known as a family of procreation. A common type of family of procreation is a nuclear family, a unit made up of two parents and biological or adopted children. Consider this a contrast to another two common types of families, single-parent families and extended families. A single-parent family is exactly what it sounds like, one parent raising children. Both nuclear and single-parent families are also sometimes referred to as immediate family, parents and siblings. Extended family is everyone in your family who isn't a parent or sibling. Grandparents, uncles, cousins, great aunts, third cousins twice removed. In the United States, most people live with their immediate family, though they may live nearby or regularly visit members of their extended family. And in many cultures, including the US, families most often form around marriages. Marriage is a legally recognized relationship, usually involving economic, social, emotional, and sexual bonds. I know, that's not a very romantic way to describe marriage. But marriage isn't always based on love and romance. The idea of marrying for love alone is actually fairly new. Sure, people have always fallen in love, but you didn't need to be in love to get married. Instead, more practical concerns, like creating tighter bonds between families or finding economic security, have historically been more common reasons. Cultural norms that are sometimes enshrined into laws also limit romantic love by marking some people as acceptable spouses or not. Some norms promote endogamy, or marriage between people of the same social category, essentially like marries like. For example, college-educated Americans are more likely to marry other college-educated Americans, and people are more likely to marry others of the same race, though that pattern is slowly changing. Interracial marriage is an example of exogamy, or marriage between people of different social categories. Another example of exogamy is marrying up, where a person of a low socioeconomic status marries someone of a higher socioeconomic status. Traditionally, women are more likely to use marriage to move up the socioeconomic ladder than men, partially due to broader patterns of gender inequality that limit other opportunities for improving their status. And forms of marriage can vary across time and across cultures. In modern-day high-income countries, marriage is, by law, only between two people, a practice known as monogamy. Polygamy, or marriage between two or more spouses, is legally recognized in the majority of African countries and in some South Asian countries. Marriage practices are deeply tied to the economic and social structures of society. For example, the most common form of polygamy is polygyny, or the marriage of one man to two or more women. But in societies with low male-to-female ratios, polyandry, or the marriage of one woman to two or more men, can also occur. In countries where polygamy isn't legally recognized, the term bigamy is used to refer to going through the legal processes of marrying while still married to another person. Now, marriage is the main way that individuals move from their family of orientation into a family of procreation. And with marriage comes decisions about how...
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says he's open to NASCAR returning to the city, but not on July 4th weekend.
If, in fact, NASCAR returns, what is the optimal time in which the 2 days or 3 days should occur?
He says all options are on the table for talks with